Arsinoe, the Furta, Cleopatra, often overshadowed by her more famous sister Cleopatra VII, was a significant figure in the tumultuous political landscape of the late Ptolemaic Kingdom of Egypt, a realm riddled with intrigue, power struggles, and Roman interference. Born around 47 BC, Arsinoe was one of the many children of Ptolemy XII elites, the ruler of Egypt, and Cleopatra wife Tryphena, a relative of the Seleucid dynasty. The Ptolemaic dynasty, while ruling Egypt, was significantly Greek in culture and often faced challenges in maintaining its power, relying heavily on alliances and often exploiting internal conflicts. Ptolemy XII, a weak and unpopular ruler, secured his throne with Roman support, a common practice for Egyptian monarchs in the waning years of the kingdom's independence. Arsinoe's early life remains largely undocumented, leaving historians to piece together her significance through subsequent events and scattered sources. Her father's death in 51 BC plunged Egypt into a power vacuum, with his young children, Ptolemy XIII, Cleopatra VII, and Arsinoe, vying for the throne. Ptolemy XIII, a boy under the control of his ambitious advisors, seized power, forcing Cleopatra VII into exile. Arsinoe, older than Cleopatra, initially appeared to be in a stronger position, her age and perceived maturity potentially advantageous. However, Ptolemy XIII's advisors quickly recognized her threat and sought to neutralize her influence, fostering a climate of distrust and paranoia. In 48 BC, Julius Caesar arrived in Alexandria, intervening in the Egyptian power struggle amidst the Roman Civil War. But Caesar's arrival dramatically altered the dynamics of the conflict, drawing Arsinoe into the center of his attention. Initially, Arsinoe attempted to negotiate with Caesar, seeking recognition as queen and hoping to secure her position independent of Ptolemy XIII. However, Caesar, swayed by Ptolemy XIII's faction and seeking to restore order and potentially use Egypt as a source of grain for Rome, initially dismissed her claims. Frustrated and feeling betrayed, Arsinoe, along with her supporters, orchestrated a daring escape from Caesar's custody and sought refuge with the rebel forces in the countryside. This act of defiance marked a significant turning point, transforming Arsinoe from a political contender to a rebel leader and challenging Caesar's authority in Egypt. She formed an alliance with the Numidian chief, Juba, who provided her with crucial military support and became her lover. Juba's influence proved invaluable, providing Arsinoe with a formidable army and allowing her to effectively challenge Ptolemy XIII's control over Upper Egypt. The conflict escalated into a protracted war, with Arsinoe and Juba's forces gaining considerable ground and threatening Ptolemy XIII's grip on power. However, Caesar's forces, ultimately victorious, crushed the rebellion, capturing Arsinoe and bringing her back to Alexandria. Caesar, realizing the strategic value of Arsinoe as a figurehead and potentially as a means of stabilizing Egypt, chose not to execute her, but rather imprisoned her in a gilded cage. This unusual form of imprisonment, designed to control her while projecting an image of regal captivity, highlighted Caesar's complex political calculations. Caesar then arranged for Ptolemy XIII to be killed, clearing the path for Cleopatra VII to rule Egypt, albeit under Roman supervision. Arsinoe's presence, however, remained a potential threat to Cleopatra's authority, as she still retained considerable support among the Egyptian population. Caesar, fearing a potential uprising led by Arsinoe, ultimately decided to have her executed in 41 BC, shortly after his return to Rome. The manner of her death remains shrouded in mystery, with accounts suggesting she committed suicide rather than face execution, possibly by snakebite, mirroring the imagery associated with Cleopatra. Her death, far from resolving the political instability, fueled resentment towards Rome and contributed to the ongoing conflicts within the Ptolemaic dynasty. Arsinoe's legacy has been largely overshadowed by her sister Cleopatra, but recent historical scholarship has begun to reclaim her story and recognize her as a significant figure in her own right. She embodies the complexities of power, ambition, and familial rivalry within the decaying Ptolemaic kingdom, and her actions reveal a woman of considerable intelligence and resilience. Her brief but intense period of rebellion against Roman influence demonstrates a willingness to challenge the established order, even at great personal cost. The story of Arsinoe serves as a reminder of the countless women whose contributions to history have been marginalized or forgotten, awaiting rediscovery and re-evaluation. While Cleopatra's charm and political acumen secured her a prominent place in popular imagination, Arsinoe's bravery and unwavering resolve warrant greater recognition. The rediscovery of Arsinoe's story not only sheds light on the intricacies of Ptolemaic politics, but also celebrates the enduring strength and determination of a woman caught in the crosscurrents of history.